the show, so get rockin' up.
So let me break it all down for you.
I ain't never giving up, I ain't never
You know
giving
I'm taking that crown from you.
I ain't worried about you.
Here he is.
How's it going?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm good. I'm out the cave, mate. I'm back. I've just logged into FPL for the first time. Can you believe it?
Yeah. Wow. Dan, thank you so much for coming on and joining me in this live stream. I'm a bit new to all this because the Instagram one, I'm not used to it, but hope everyone does bear with me. But we're here to talk about your team, Arsenal, mate, for the next 10-15 minutes. Your beloved Arsenal. So you're looking forward to the new season. I know it's a bit of a... We'll go straight into it. We'll talk about the big news. You've signed Ben White from Brighton. It's been officially announced on Sky Sports. 50 million. What are your thoughts behind that instant reaction?
Yeah, I mean, it's an area that we need to strengthen because David Luiz is gone. I would have actually gone against the tide. I would have been happy with David Luiz to stay for another season for his experience, but he's gone, so we've got to move on. And then Saliba just doesn't seem to be in favour, obviously on loan to Marseille. So it is a position, I think it's an improvement on what we've got. And with the unfortunate injury to Trent Alexander-Arnold in England squad, Ben White was called up. So, he's got that international recognition. And Brighton did, in certain games last season, had some very strong performances. Away to Leeds, clean sheet. Home to Tottenham, clean sheet. Away to Liverpool, sorry to remind you, but clean sheet. So, and I've been impressed. I know it's the typical thing to say, but I have been impressed with Ben White when I've seen him, and he did so well with Leeds. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but at the end of the day, he's Premier League proven. I suppose you could say international. No, he isn't. I think he's had one sub appearance at England, but yeah, it's a good sign. And I suppose you can look at it two ways. People moan that Arsenal don't get the signing and get it done, and they sort of mess around with the money. But this time we've actually got the player and got it over the line. It seems obviously the photos leaked today. So overall I'm pleased, but I'm thinking we need to strengthen right back because Bellerin will be gone. Attacking midfield, we've been linked with Madison, or however you say that guy's name, and Odegaard as well. I would quite like to see Odegaard back, but yeah, I didn't think centre back was going to be the first priority, but we got it done. So relatively speaking, I'm pleased.
Yeah, I think it's a really good signing. 50 million. In today's football, we see the likes of Maguire, Van Dijk going for like 70, 80 million, I think. Crazy money. But I think Ben White is a lovely signing for you. I really do think so. And I think he could help that defence out a lot. I really do think so. I can't remember. Did you sign Ramsdale as well? Is Ramsdale...
Oh, my God.
You were linked with him. Did that happen? Is it?
Yeah. I mean... I've had my haircut though. I'm still wearing the cap, but I was talking to it's the content creator look, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, Ramsdale. I was talking to the bar, and it's just he's shit. Like, I'm not really, no offense to Ramsdale fans or whatever, but he's shit. Sorry, I don't know if it's a family friendly stream, but I'm not really that keen. It's the Arsenal logic. Let's sell Martinez to Villa, who we had for literally 11 years on the books. I know he's out on loan every 5 minutes. Helps us win the FA Cup and the Community Shield, and then he's gone. And now he's Argentina's number one and won the Copa America.
Yeah,
he's helped Lionel Messi fulfill his dream with his national team, and he did so well in FPL last season. And I don't know, I guess that if we're spending that much money on the keeper, and obviously you've got Renarson, what I call the Poundland keeper. Matt Ryan's gone to Real Sociedad. This is a lot of money. I'd rather have Sam Johnston, really, if we're going to get a keeper, because he'd be cheaper, and I think he's better. So I wouldn't be happy about that signing at all. I think I made that quite clear.
I think supporting Arsenal for you is a bit like a roller coaster, isn't it? Like the highs, the lows, the owners. We know about your owner already. The fans hate the owner, Kroenke, whatever his name is, and you know, it's really hard being an Arsenal fan, I can imagine, at the moment.
It's just honestly, Penguin. Like, I mean, I've said to Steve about it, but you know, I was so invested in the Euros and England and everything, and I was so disappointed that we didn't win. And on top of that as well, so I have like, obviously Arsenal's my team, but then I've got my local team where I'm from, Torquay, and they got to the playoff final to get back in the Football League, and they lost on penalties as well after the goalie equalised in the 95th minute. Our keeper equalised, and then thought we were going to win, and I was just like, oh. And then 2 weeks later, England lose on penalties. And I just like all this disappointment. I need a break from football. So, and even before that with Arsenal, like, you know, we finished 8th the last 2 seasons. Like you said about Kroenke, just the whole management of the club and everything. But you know what? I've opened FPL now for anyone that's watching. I've literally not opened it, but Penguin kindly asked me to come on this stream, so I did the honours and I've just loaded up the prices. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I don't know. When it comes to the start of the season, you know, I'll be all up for it, and disappointment on the first game week and the first fixture straight away.
If we move on now to, it seems like you got FPL open and you're looking at the player prices. If you look at Arsenal's price, we'll move on to Arsenal players to watch, in your opinion, and also, you know, little gems, I like to call them, like differentials. Are there any, and you're looking at that list now, you know, price-wise, you know, being an Arsenal fan as well, you feel confident going for, I don't know how much Ben White is he 5 million for?
I mean, Ben White's not been added in. I did hear he was going to be 4.5. I mean, what made me chuckle a little bit, I was just looking at the defenders and I felt like I was, because the main supermarket I go to in Bournemouth is Asda, and it felt like I was in Asda again, because it's all bargain bucket defenders, apart from Bellerin, who's going to be gone anyway. Although, ironically, Bellerin gone. I mean, Holding was our highest scoring defender last season, 105 points. You know, if we get a decent run of fixtures, 4.5 million, you know, he's more or less a guaranteed starter. Well, it's either him or Gabriel, and even forgot his name then. But I mean, we got game week 4, game week 5. We got Norwich home, Burnley away. It's a bit of a mixed start, but then we've also got Chelsea and Man City. But I would say Holding would be one to look at. You know, potentially going forwards. You know, when we've got some decent fixtures. And last season, Tierney, of course, did well for Arsenal, did well for Scotland at the Euros, and always an attacking threat. The problem with Kieran Tierney, as we all know, is it's just injuries, isn't it, really, unfortunately, for both club and country. That curtails his progress. But, you know, we've got Steve-O.
Just popped up on the screen.
Well. There we go, young man. He's a top Chelsea fan, Penguin. He was singing Chelsea songs to me on WhatsApp the other day. You know? Oh, wow. I was not happy about that.
No, just got your fixtures as well. You've got Brentford, you've got Chelsea, City. So after Brentford, you've got 2 tough fixtures. You've got Chelsea, you've got City, and then you've got Norwich City, Burnley, and then Spurs and Brighton. Interesting enough, you know, a lot of people going for Tony. You know, Ivan Toney, fantastic in the Championship last season. He takes penalties. How do you think Arsenal's going to do against Brentford? I don't know if you watched any games of Brentford last season or.
Well, I mean, I know Brentford obviously went through up in the playoffs. They beat Bournemouth in the semi-final, and you know, Brentford have been a good team for the last couple of seasons. Really playing a good attacking football. Tony, as you mentioned, you know, a really confident player, physical centre forward, good goal scoring record great goal scoring record in the Championship. And he'll be a threat on that game, really. It's going to be difficult for, you know, Holding or White or Gabriel, whoever, to deal with him. It's going to be an interesting game. I think they'll have I think Brentford will do well and play some attacking football, you know. So they'll obviously have to make some more established Please continue for. The thing with Steve, he just thinks the content goes on and on and on and on. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. Chelsea, Man City, and Spurs. By the end of September, I'll probably be back on the old channel in full on meltdown mode.
Yeah, it's probably going to be another one of those seasons for Arsenal where it's going to be, like I mentioned earlier, a bit of a roller coaster season for you guys. I remember last season in FPL, everybody was talking about getting Aubameyang in their teams because he changed from a forward to a midfielder. I believe he's back as a forward now in FPL. But how's Aubameyang going to do this season, or Lacazette? Do you still see Lacazette staying? Do you think Lacazette's going to? I mean, formation-wise as well, Dan. 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. How do you think Arsenal are going to line up next season? Yeah,
I mean, touching on what you said, I mean, I'm literally just looking at the prices as we speak now for the first time, and yeah, Aubameyang 10 million. He didn't have the best season last season. He's not really been looking particularly sharp in that pre-season friendly against Rangers. I did see the highlights of that one. I was, wasn't going to pay £8 to watch us lose to Hibernian 2 days after England lost the final. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at, I mean, obviously Saka, 6.5, he had a really good season last season, and he's certainly one to watch. Pepe finished the season quite well. He was getting some goals and getting some assists, and he was playing with more confidence, and Arteta seemed to have more trust in him, really. Particularly towards the end of that season, because he was a bit in and out of the team. So I've been looking at Pepe as one that might have gone a little bit under the radar. And then, of course, Smith Rowe, who signed a new contract recently and now is going to be wearing the number 10. And obviously Aston Villa were trying to get him, and they were making all these bids. I don't know who Aston Villa think they are, trying to, once they got Buendia even, they got our Martinez, and now they were trying to get off Smith Rowe. Well, Aston Villa, you need to just needs to back off a little bit, really. But yeah, I mean, Lacazette, from all the stuff you see in the newspapers and online, it seems like he's off, which is a shame because he still got a decent amount of goals for us last season. Not always consistent, but he's had goals in big games. Low centre of gravity, strong, good work rate, but sometimes finishing wise, one-on-ones, not always the best composure. So, but we do, when you look at it, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Nketiah. I'm not really a big Nketiah fan. Linked with Tammy Abraham, I'm not. It's just, when are we going to learn of Chelsea's hand-me-downs? If you're going to keep, it'll be like you giving me your shirts that you don't wear, and just keep handing me, and I'm like, I don't like this shirt. Just keep taking your hand-me-down. It's just hand-me-down FC, and I'm not really an Abraham fan. If he did come, I'd just be disappointed. But Martinelli was a player I rate, and Jurgen Klopp rates from what he said before, and he's a talent, and I think he's been playing for Brazil. I'm not sure. I know there's the Olympics football going on, and that's weird and wonderful competition with all these under 23 and then random overage players like Dani Alves still knocking it on for Brazil. But formation, it depends what we do in the transfer market going forward, really. You'd have the central striker, and then someone on the left, someone on the right. Cutting in Pepe and Saka, for example, and then I suppose it would be 4-2-3-1 possibly. Partey was terrible last season. Came with a big reputation, big signing, and showed glimpses of his potential. But FPL wise, we've got some hard fixtures, but across the season, I will be looking players under the radar, as I say. Smith Rowe finished the season well last season. Holding 4.5 million, decent value, and maybe Martinelli if you're feeling brave and he gets a run in the team, because I just think there's more to come from him.
Cool. Just to finish things off, Dan, how do you think Arsenal will do going into next season? How do you think they'll do? Do you feel confident? Another one of those roller coaster seasons. How do you feel?
Oh my lord.
What do you think, mate?
I suppose the one thing you could say, if you're looking at it positively, is we don't have. It's not really a positive. We don't have European football, so it could be the case whereby there's less fixtures, less congestion. Hopefully less fatigue and injuries. So that could play in our benefit. Really, I think that could be something we just focus on the league. And like maybe the FA Cup as well, and just go for those two competitions really. And I don't know, I don't really feel that confident, Penguin, to be honest with you. It's early days. I mean, we're still technically in July. We could make some good sign-ins, but I mean, if we don't start well, I know we finished the season quite well last season when the pressure was off. I'm going to say sixth. Maybe we could go on a cup run again if we won the cup. But it's just, I'm pretty apathetic, as you can probably tell. I don't see us challenging for the top four. Man United mean business. City, Liverpool, and then it's pretty much. I mean, you got Chelsea, the European champions. So, it's going to be bloody hard.
And one more before we let you go, because I know you need to go. Do you believe in Arteta? Do you think he's the right man to stay as Arsenal manager for next another 2-3 years? Do you think he's the right man leading Arsenal forward?
I don't know. I mean, his heart. The thing is, his heart's in the right place. You can't doubt that, and he's got the passion for the club, having played for us before. No, do you know what? The memories are flooding back now. I was so focused as on the Euros and everything and international football. Now it's the club football memories, the painful memories coming back to me. And I just think about that semi-final against Villarreal and the decision not to play a striker in the first leg when we've not done that before. In the second leg, 15 minutes to go, Aubameyang hits the post. He's thinking, right, the next one's going in, and he's taken off. It doesn't make sense. So, not really, mate. But, at the end of the day, as football fans, we get behind our teams. We get behind the man in charge at the moment. I suppose it's a fresh season, a fresh start. And, I see we've still got Torreira there. That's another one to ship out. 4.5 million midfielder, not one for your squads next season. But fingers crossed. You never know. It could all, we could get a few good run and wins, and I'll be smiling and all happy again. But I don't know if that feels like it's going to be realistic.
Well, anyway, thank you, Dan, for coming on and talking about Arsenal. Really appreciate it, mate, taking the time. And I wish you and Arsenal all the best, and I wish you and your FPL season all the best too. And
thank you, my friend.
I want to thank everybody who's tuned in as well. And thank you to Steve-O for his little messages as well. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you, Dan. And she'll see you guys.
Thank you, Penguin. Thank you, everyone. Okay.
So let me break it all down for you.
I ain't never giving up, I ain't never
I'm taking that crown from you.
I ain't worried about your